And welcome back to Career Build Series episode 202. And so we're back at our new home base, and so it's good to be back here in our little cape house here. I think what we'll do is, I've been doing a ton of building. I started a new build. I don't know if I can show you this. I doubt it's big enough, but I'll show it to you really quick. I'm trying to diversify gameplay a little bit. Building is huge for me in the engineering aspect, so I'll give you a little tiny teaser. I didn't show the building of this, so kind of show you what it. Oh, yeah, it's too big. But here, I'll give you the tiniest of teasers. This is it here. This is going to be a massive seaplane. I don't want to get into too much building. I want to get a little bit. The Ekranoplan took up a ton of building time. So I kind of want to do a tiny bit of building maybe in the base here, but I want to do mostly stuff with actually getting out and doing some missions. Currently, if you look at this sock here, that's showing where my wind indicator is, and then I have my little sock here. And so what I think I'm going to do is let's go ahead and let's do a tiny bit of building here on the base, and let's go from there. So I want a windsock, and for those who don't know, let's bring up a windsock. Windsocks are actually a little bit more complicated than you may think. They're not really complicated, but so an aviation windsock, it has a bunch of different purposes, and so let's see if we can't bring up a windsock. So this is generally the kind of normal windsock. You have the sock itself, and so it goes in the direction, it trails where the wind is blowing. So, the wind would be coming from here and blowing this way. But also, if you notice how much the tail is sticking down, as the tail sticks up more, it also tells you how fast the windsock is blowing and how fast the wind is going. So, like if you look at this one, see how it's going down at this angle? You can tell. The wind. So like see this in low wind, you have the tail sticking down, and high wind, the tail sticks up more. So that's kind of, here's more guide here. So 3 knots, the tail is sticking down. 6 knots is starting to pick up. And that's why there's different colorations. You notice how the arrow is moving per color slot. So 9 knots, 16, and then you see 15 knots, it's all the way up. So I'm curious if we can simulate that to a certain extent. Right now, this is screwed up. As you noticed, this was not pointing where it should be. And so what I want to kind of do is, I don't want to play with this all day, but currently this is unpowered. And so what I want to do is kind of make this work. So let's go ahead and let's start by grabbing our pivot. The pivot, if you remember, is not powered. And let's go ahead so I can see this. What I can do is kind of neat, and this is I can build underground. And so what I actually do is build this underground like that. And then can I merge this? So what I want to do is I want to merge the base of it to my dock here. All right, then I can actually just delete those blocks out. And so I just want to kind of make this invisible. So what I'm going to do here is then take a pipe section, and we'll connect to, oh, it's misbehaving here. Connect this pipe section here. We'll merge this to this section. There we go. And then I'll actually delete that out, and we'll cover it. So that's now invisible. And we'll just paint that. This is actually going to be, I don't want it that color. I want it like, that will be good. All right, so let's see if we can't get this windsock. So currently that's unpowered. That's going to have to change. So let's put in a blank microcontroller. I was hoping the wind would blow it properly. It will not. And so let's make this my windsock microcontroller. Edit. There we go. Windsock controller. And I'm probably going to make this more complicated than it needs to be, as is my way. So let's go ahead. Let's start with, we want to read in the number from the wind indicator. And so we want to go wind direction. Wind direction, and let's go ahead and I'm going to add a speed variable at the moment. And so this will be something that I'll play with. trying to think how to do this. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. So wind speed, this might not be able to do it yet. And then let's go ahead and just do, for now, let's do a number output. Wind direction. Okay, and so let's just do that. Let's actually kind of drop that down. Let's go in here. My mind can remember how any of this works. So wind speed, wind direction. Let's just go wind direction like this. And let's try doing a simple thing here, and then I'll work on the correction angle later. So let's go ahead and hook some nodes up. So we're going to go right there. I want wind direction from here. All right, and so probably what I want to do is set these up so that they're facing in the correct orientation. So that is there, and let's see, what's the orientation of this? So let's go ahead and take this. We'll cut this, and we'll rotate that around. So now they're facing the same direction. So hopefully I don't have to really do too much in the way of putting in corrections. And then, so I need to connect this to electricity. I want this base to actually operate properly, so that should be able to go there. All right, let's spawn this, see what it does. So now this is powered. And so that should power us. Now, if we look, let's go into overhead view. You can see they're facing the same direction. Good, so let's go ahead. Can I change wind direction? Override weather is on. Override wind direction. Let's go over here now. So the wind is now from the opposite direction. This is not changing its direction. Okay, let's see. I know why, but I'm not going to play with this all day, but I kind of want to... I'm just trying to see if this is moving, is essentially what I'm trying to do here. So I'm trying to get this wind direction moving. So now it's a little bit over there. As you can see, this is moving. This is not. So the pivot looks like it's actually moving in the wrong direction. I'll work on that later. Let's try this really quick. Let's go to unpowered again. Forgot I have to go in here. Let's try pulling the plug on this. Let's play with wind direction. I would love this to work on its own without me having to fake it. That would be easier. So as you can see, this is not wanting to move. So let's try some little tricky tricks to make this work. I forget I have to keep going back to this workbench to make it work. So ideally, I would like to not have to control this with a microcontroller. So let's actually get rid of that. Ideally, I would like this to work on its own. Let's try cutting this here. I want to try something here. I think it's 3. Let us try something here. And so I'm going to use my orange color here. Kind of my rescue orange. This isn't really the best orange for this. Let's actually change that color up. I want this orange. That's more windsock. Yep, so that should be better. Then let's go ahead and let's paint in white sections. So on your, as I was showing you, you have different, you have white and reds, and that will tell you what the wind speed is doing. And so that will be like that. That will be like that. Okay, so again, this actually has a functionality. As I'm coming into land, I can kind of tell what I need to be doing, with that. So this is mostly just aesthetic. Okay, so now to get this to rotate properly, let's first start with some fins. And what I'm hoping is that as I add these fins, they will grab the wind a little bit and help pick this up. So let's see if that picks the tail up. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's go 100% wind. Perfect. So as you can see, those fins are letting that pick up now. I doubt without fins that would work. So perfect. So that is actually, that's already good. It just takes a ton of wind for this to get going because it's heavy. All right, so that's working really well. So see, it's pointing right at the wind. It's lifting up. That's telling me, hey, you've got a ton of wind. Let's cut down the wind a little bit. Let's go to 75. The tail drops. Okay. So of course this isn't going to be as good as a real windsock. This is a physical heavy block. It's not a the sock is made out of fabric, so that is makes it easy to pick up. But I like this. This is cool. So let's try something else here too. I keep looking when I look down at the ground. That's usually when I'm in the editor. That's when I press B is to do it. I don't know why I do that, but I do look down. And let's grab some of these. Let's make them orange. And so I'm going to try putting some in this way, and hopefully that will help this steer left-right. Doesn't look the best, but okay, so see that steering more now, and that's because I put those fins on. So before it wasn't turning at low speeds. Let's go ahead and let's play with the wind again. Let's go 100 on wind. There goes my tail. The tail is sticking up. So what's going to happen is when I'm coming into land, this is going to show me the direction of the wind. I can also tell by how much the tail's sticking up whether or not that is doing that. I could do it with a pivot or something, but then it gets enormous. I really don't want the windsock to be oversized. I really don't like all these fins sticking off it, but I kind of have to do that just for aesthetic reasons, or to do it for actual operation reasons. Let's go ahead and change the wind direction again. So look at that. That's working really well now. So that's steering better that I have those fins on there. Beautiful. So this is working well. So I like this. It looks more of like a fish with all those fins on it, but I'm not unhappy with that. Let's go ahead and save the Cape House. All right, let's go ahead and put a couple things in here that I want. So we have. Do I have a brown? That's my brown there. I'm just kind of putting a little side table there. Mainly because I need to be able to put a light. Let's see if we can find some cool looking lamp pieces. I'm trying to make a little lamp. So I'm trying to think of what would look good for a lamp here. There we go. Let's do that. Let's do a light. All right, and then see if I can't get some kind of facade on here. A good decoration pass would be really cool in game. Just to kind of give us some more parts is always kind of my thing. Let's do a 2x wedge here. So I'm just making the shade. It's actually coming out pretty good. I like this already. So the light's going to be able to shine through to the ceiling. So it's actually coming out nicely. I like this. I actually don't want it the same color as the wall, though. See, it's the matching the wall. That's just kind of hokey looking. Let's do, let's try this. Still too close to the wall color. Let's do like a little blue lampshade. It'll be a little weird having a blue lampshade, but it's not. You do get things like blue lampshades. So let's see how this lamp works. And then color-wise, I don't know how bright I want this. Probably like maybe that gray. There we go. So I like that lamp. That lamp is looking the dang business. Let's grab all this here. I kind of want to have at least 2 of these. Oh, don't do that. It's grabbing the wall. So trying to grab all this. And then probably put this in the corner. So a little bit of decorating here, and then I want to go do a mission. Trying to kind of diversify between building and doing stuff like this. All right, let's go ahead and let's hook up the necessaries. So we have electricity, lighting, and then what I'm going to do is let's find a place for a player sensor. Don't like the player sensors to really be visible, but I kind of want it to, let's paint under here too. Where you at there? There we go. I wish, I wish I had something there I could put a player sensor on, but I can't go up on the light. It'll be visible. I don't want it visible. Let's see. Just put a stick in the middle of the room for now. I don't want to be too precious in doing this, so. Player sensor. You could say RP, that's a smoke detector or something, it's not a big deal. Okay, and then that is going to go. So let's go ahead and try this out. Let's go ahead to nighttime. We'll check that. There we go. So that's really cool. The lamps look really nice. They're adding that. I'm going to add extra table on that. Nice. So that adds a lot of, a lot of character to this room. I keep forgetting I have to go out here to recall this. All right, very cool. So this is nice. I'm liking this. I'm very pleased with those lamps. So let's go ahead and let's do like that. All right, nice. So let's try to utilize these in the world a little bit more. So I'm thinking upstairs in the bedroom. I'm just going to paste it here for now, and then I need to work on this bed. This bed's kind of a nightmare. So let's go like this. I'm just keeping rolling saves here. And then, unfortunately, I have to come out here. Bring up Triton. Triton. Can't spell it. Okay. All right, beautiful. Hoping the game was not going to crash. All right, there we go. That's what I want. All right. Nope, I don't want that. Get out of there, you. Get out of there. There we go. It's just running a little slow now. Running slow. Triton has a lot. It takes up a lot of resources. Okay, let's grab. All right, nice. And where is this? There we go. So let's put this bed in. Save me a little time importing this. So. The windows are not equidistant. That would be kind of nice to have them equidistant. I should be able to do it this side though, like this. Now the bed's at even number wide. It's not the end of the world. I'm not gonna be too particular with this. All right, and just put it on this side here. Okay, why is that so far off the wall? That's interesting. Get out of there, you. Not good. Merge that to there. Let's grab all of this. I don't know why I put this so far off the wall, but I did. There we go. All right, nice. And then let's grab our lamp here. Let's do a couple of these. So just a little bit of detail. I don't want to spend too much time in here, but you know, it's nice to do a little bit of building and adjusting, and then kind of move on with it. There we go. You know, starts to look like an actual space. You know, at some point I'll add some drawers to these. Probably blocking my drawers underneath. Yeah, like those. Blocking those, but that's not a big deal. I'll change that later. All right, and then I want... Where are you at here? Right about there. Player sensor. I'll control these. All right, logic, electricity. Hook that to the lighting system there, and then we'll go... And so again, this is just making this a little bit more of a livable space here. Liking that. Nice, nice, nice. So this is starting to look good. One of the reasons I wanted to do this is so that, you know, we can sleep in the bed and get some missions. So let's go ahead and I'll hide that pivot at some point. Let's do it right now. So the pivot for the door I want to hide. So I don't like it right there. Let's cut that, move it down. Let's check where my ground is here. All right, now let's go one more. Yeah, let's go one more. All right, so let's find this. Let's go all the way. Let's do pink blocks just so I know what I'm connecting to here. All right, that goes there, and then this one will go up to the door. All right, so we'll merge this pink here. We'll merge this to there. And this can be deleted. All of this can be deleted. We can take and do a floor piece there. We can put that there. And now that door will move without us having to see the garishness of it. All right, let's save this and let's get off of this here. And so I will spawn it. Go to override time off. Off. Okay, good. Let's override weather off. Okay, foggy. And now, as you can see, when we open the door, it doesn't look so horrific. Actually, that part's still... Is that part... Nope, that part's not rotating good. So, of course, I screwed up some paint, but we're good. Let's... Ooh, wow. Fog. These look brutal in the fog. They make a big bloom effect in the fog, but that's not the end of the world. Let's check missions. A small boat requires servicing and then a tow 1,000,000 miles away. No. No, not doing that, not doing that. Let's try this too. So I don't have natural disasters on, but let's turn lightning on. So lightning, I hear, or I intuitively should start fires. Let's do that. Eventually, like some frickin' forest fires, man. Shut wind direction off. Okay, good. So this is all set up. Let's go ahead and let's actually save our save here. Let's go ahead and sleep in the bed. Let's try to get ourselves a mission. Okay, so that's it. That's on fire. Try to get on my bed without flashing my flashlight 1,000 times. Let's check that. That's up here, so let's go do that. So this is at the nuke plant. Let's go ahead and let's take the, I think what I want to take. I might just take the Ekranoplan. Let's see. Let's take the Ekranoplan. I know all the videos have been on the Ekranoplan lately, but let's go ahead and do that anyway. You just double check. I should have a fire extinguisher in here, but I'll double check. Fire extinguisher right there. All right, good. So let's spawn that. All right, so let's try to get out of here. You know, again, using this in career will actually show me what I need to put on the build, so. All right, let's go ahead. Let's equip this before I end up running up there and then not be able to do it anyway. All right, let's go ahead and start up. Let's go ahead and go -10. I want to back out of here. Let's go nav lights, beacon. And I'll back out. So just powering up and we'll back out of here. Yeah, let's grab a quick pick here while I'm here. All right, good. So let's back out, and then I'm going to set a waypoint here. I'm trying to think how I want to arrive here. So I need to kind of look at where we're at. And we have to be careful of the fog here. So let's go. We're very fast, so let's use that to our advantage. Let's go up to here. Okay, to start with. Put that in there. 3005. Let's go ahead and put an altitude hold of 10. Go ahead and we'll turn on our strobes. Starts turning here. Alright, so let's start going prop forward. There we go. Alright, let's go to 60%. And we're up. Let's go ahead and set that in there. Let's go ahead and turn to the bearing. I noticed on the live stream with Endo and crew that somehow my rudder was disconnected, so that wasn't helping me. 153002. We turn. Okay, we're good. 002. We're about 04, so that's good. We're headed up there, as you can see. So we'll get to that waypoint in about 3 minutes. So I've got the prop all the way up to keep my temp under control. So take a little walk through here again. We're winged down into the wind, which is how it should be. All right, good. So this could use lighting. That's something I just thought of because I did a bunch of lighting passes. You know, if I dip my head all the way down, I could see out this window. So it's kind of neat. All right, 2.6. So this would be good. Get up there and do this firefighting mission here. I'd like to get back into missions for a little bit. I have a bunch of build stuff. I did some building on a mining vehicle, you know, when I trying to kind of, you know, diversify it a little bit more. I had tons of building, you know, that was, try to even count it. You know, I had like 8 videos, 8 hours building that Ekranoplan. So, you know, it's, you know, I think it can get a little tedious having that many build videos in a row. You know, I really enjoy doing building, but it's a little excessive having that many in a row. And then I started building a seaplane. I also built a mill for aluminum mining. So, you know, kind of have those videos all saved up, but I don't want to just have it build, 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 build. I want to do some actual, you know, career gameplay as well. So kind of diversify that a little bit. And, you know, I do stick to what I enjoy doing, though. So that's one thing I did was I was enjoying building, so I put out a bunch of build videos, or I made a bunch of build videos, and then I can kind of put them in the series where I want them. You know, that's the nice thing with a build video is it doesn't really need to be, you know, in sync with the actual career gameplay. So this way, you know, the build videos will still be released, but I can kind of intersperse them into the doing missions. Let's see where we're at here. Minute 34. So let's see where we are. Let me, let's get rid of that. Map vehicles, map player. I don't want to see that. I keep using it as a crutch and cheating. I don't want to do that, so. Going 162 knots, about a minute. When we get to 30 seconds, I'm going to change my waypoint to right about, the wind's coming this way, so I have to be careful. I'm going to come in probably about here. Let's go to here, and then I can manually remove it. Just curious, you know, a little worried about the sun's going down, and we have a reasonably strong wind here. So once my light goes off, this light should flash when we're less than half a nautical mile away. I'm going to change course. So just a little bit more hands-on me flying this way. Should be getting there soon. That's not working, so we'll put that on the to-do list. And so we'll start steering over to 314. Again, we're homing. You know, so I was talking about homing before, how that actually has you do an arc. Ideally, we want to be following a course. I'm not really, you know, I'm not, you know, I'm kind of checking my own islands. I don't really need to do that right now, but that's the better way to do it. But homing is okay if you have wide open areas. You know, we have a lot of wind now pushing us, so it's going to be pushing us south, so we're going to be homing towards that north the whole time, so. You know, presently, with that homing in mind, we came from here. Our track is going to be like this because of the wind. So actually what I probably want to do is let's go, that's 316. Let's put in a 320, 325 heading. We have a complete crosswind here. That doesn't go like that. And so let's let this hold 325. And that will kind of help me correct my, keep a course instead of keeping a bearing. So wave height's starting to come up. We're still pretty good, I think. We're still above the waves, but just keeping in mind the wave height. I have double cats on each exhaust pipe, but we're still blowing smoke. So I wish they would work on the cats so that you don't need so many cats to do it. Because you start getting an issue where you're not getting enough exhaust flow, and then you end up with having to put a bunch of pumps in there or loss of performance. So we will be there in about 1.7 minutes. So not too bad here. So I have my manual. We're still dropping course. So we're still going to the south, so that's not enough. So let's do 340. See, because we're coming south of this right here. We're south of this. So the wind is so strong, it's pushing us. This is why you don't want to home is. So we went from here, right? And we are supposed to be going there. The wind is pushing us south, so we're actually doing a southerly arc like this. So I just increased my correction angle. So see how the number's dropping? It was 321, it just went to 320. So now I'm actually, what I'm doing is, if we draw a course line from where our course was to there, we should have come to the north of this. Now, because I have a wind correction angle in there, this is going to keep us to the north. So this number should keep dropping. What I want is about 315 was our initial heading. Once we get there, I'm going to go to about 330. And I'm going to fix my wind correction. I'm going to reduce it. Now that's still dropping, so I need to go lower. So let's do 320, and I think 326.7 is probably our actual correction angle. Start to see the nuke plant right there. You can see the lights of it. This keeps dropping. I need a decrease. If it increases, you know, I'm on the other side of the correction angle. So this is probably our correction angle, 320. Yeah, it looks like actually we're climbing. That's what we want. So we're just south of the correction angle. Let me take over here. I'm just reducing my throttle. And I'm going to land. We have just so much wind, it's floating me, which, again, it wouldn't happen realistically. The vehicle would have to be very light for that to happen. Like, let's back in here. Again, I work better in reverse in this craft for now. Yeah, it was third person this, and I'll kind of steer us in. Should be right, like that. I just don't have enough power, I think, to overcome the wind is very strong right now. What's the wind even at? 54%. So we have pretty strong wind here. So I'm just backing us up. So I just increased the thrust a little bit. Ooh. I need to be careful. With the wind this high, it's trying to pick up the nose, so can't go too fast in reverse. It's gonna pick up my nose and swamp my engine. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna jump. We'll do a quick swim over there. We'll put this fire out. So I decided, I put a lot of doors in here. I kind of like it to demarcate the spaces, but also, good, that's working. That's shutting it. You can see it's pumping out. So I did that for emergency reasons. Let's say we fill one compartment with water. We probably have enough buoyancy left to be able to not sink. And so that will allow me to fill one compartment and have it pump out. I also don't want it to fill quickly enough so that it swamps my engine and kills my engine. It has a air filter on there, so it's not. I can restart the engine. It's not going to get water in the engine and swamp it out completely, but it'll kill my engine. So I don't want to have to go recover this thing. So that's why by putting all those doors in, it gives me a little bit of. It segregates the spaces and making them feel like they're their own kind of cool little environments, and then it also will keep it so that I'm not. Swamping the aircraft and sinking it. The amount of water that gets in there can't be enough to sink it because, you have the other compartments shouldn't get any water in them with the doors closed. Let's put this out. And I think we'll end this video a little early here. We've had some long ones, so we'll do a couple short ones maybe. Don't know if I can put that. Probably me trying to put it out through the wall. So let's go ahead. I did have a firefighting suit, I thought, so I didn't put that on. I probably should have put that on. So there we go. I can see it getting dimmer, so this is definitely putting it out. There we go. Yep, I know. I'm getting hurt here. As long as I don't get too hurt too fast, I think we'll be alright. I'm watching my health, but okay, I'm getting hurt too fast here, so. Come on, don't burn me through the wall, ding dong. Alright, nice. So that's out. That's $3 grand. Alright, so I think we'll end it here. A little bit of building in the house, getting that up to order. It's going to be nighttime soon here. Let's actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let me, what I'll do is I'll expedite here and we'll fly back. It might be a little bit cool to fly back in the night. Again, this kind of shows you what you need because, right now I don't have any lights in this vehicle. And so see it auto shut the door. It gives me just enough time to get in. It pumps us out, so that's kind of what I wanted. So I definitely need to put some lighting in the craft. So again, get into career, you start realizing what you need. And we need some lighting in here. We're just underlit, so Might do paintable indicators and then do some underfloor lighting, so it's not too bright, but we'll see. Okay, and then I put a light in here. I have one light. Let me try to find it. There we go. Okay, good. So let's try to get back. Trying to think of the best way to do this. Let's go right here. Okay. And let's go ahead and let's enter that in. And let's go ahead, go to 40 to 60% prop. And let's go ahead, that's in there. Let's go ahead and stick that on. That'll steer us over there. 137 heading. Let's go ahead and turn on the lights. Wow. All they're doing is hitting the fog blooms. Like, this actually happens in real life. Like, when you're flying through a cloud, you tend to shut off your landing lights because all it does is put them back in your face. Like, and the strobes are the worst. The strobes will give you vertigo. We really don't get the strobe effect if I had regular lights, but these little indicators aren't enough to give the strobe effect. See how this is jittering? I need to change my p-value a little bit on that, but that's not helpful, having those on. It's a little bit eerie and ominous kind of doing this at night, but that's why I kind of want to do it. So this isn't bad. This is going to be 2 minutes to here and probably another 2 minutes home. So this is nice and fast. You know, this is a cool vehicle to use, and I think it's a little bit eerie doing it at night. I would like to cure the smoke. I might do the glitch where you feed it into a air intake to kill it. You know, I have 2 cats on either side. I don't want to destroy my exhaust. You know, destroy my performance. There goes the wind turbine. But yeah. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. I might do a couple little, we'll see what we're on time here. I don't want to get into building this too much. I'd rather do a little bit off screen and then show you what I've done. I think that's better. We'll be there in about a minute. So this needs to be fixed here. We'll put that on the to-do list here. I'll come up with a kind of a fresh to-do list of what we need for the Ekranoplan. I think I know the name of it. Let me look it up really quick. So, haven't quite decided the name. I think I know what I want. Thinking Sibylle, but I'm not sure. This is Sibylle. Usually I name them out after Greek gods and goddesses. Triton is son, I think son of Poseidon. Sibylle. This might be Sibylle. I haven't decided yet, but that's on the to-do list, is to get a name. Oh, this is actually working. This is flashing. Okay. I'm just circumnavigating. I need to be careful of that because I'm rotating around the point. And there was an island there, so I have to be careful I don't hit the island. But kind of cool, you know, running this at night. Let's see if I can't get a cool picture here of with the moonlight. All right. So we're starting to get back on track here. 189. So this will start to, as you see, it's greatly decreasing. That's because we're getting on track here. So we're about 50 degrees off at the moment, so we're still getting there. This will get smaller and smaller the closer we are pointing to the direction that we're supposed to be going. So nice and fast. You know, the distances are actually reasonably short in game, especially if you're using something fast. You get there pretty quick. Let's check our temp. Temp is high. Let's go ahead and do the dreaded. So I'm going to go ahead and add full prop. That will help. I'm also going to decrease my thrust a little bit. We'll see. So I just want to go to the point where I'm stopped creating heat. So as you see, we're still making heat, but barely. Now we're dropping heat. So we're still doing 134 knots, and we're losing heat. And I don't have a very robust cooling system back there. And so, I like this that I have to monitor that. I do want to put a warning indicator and a bell that will ding when we go over 100 degrees. And then I might put an automatic protection system that will chop the thrust if it's, and what it will do is I need to set up a delta system where essentially it will keep decreasing my thrust until the delta is no longer positive, essentially. And that way it will, every time that delta goes, so when it's over 100 degrees and when the delta is positive, it will decrease my thrust for me. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. Where are we at here? Minute 23. So still, we're still nice and fast. Still should be coming down here. A little bit, wind's probably blowing us this direction, but we should be good. This does not steer well enough as far as I'm concerned. I need better controllability, and so I might look at that really quick and try to fix that. I have a couple ideas how to fix that. I need to be able to taxi in the water, and right now I can't taxi in the water. I don't want to add a propeller. I really don't. Because IRL you'd be taxiing with the air propellers. You'd just be taxiing, no problem with that. Time less than half a minute. Where's my waypoint? Right there. Okay, let's move it to here. So now that we're getting close, we are foggy here, a little bit foggy, and it's tough to see at night, so I just wanted to, there we go. Okay, there's our base, so nice. This is the first time we've actually really used our lighthouse, so again, let me take off, I'll leave the autopilot on, I can just do this with thrust. So let's reduce our thrust, we want low pitch, high RPM, let's start just chopping that thrust down. We'll land. Beautiful. All right, we should be settling right in the water now. Perfect. All right, so this is nice and eerie. I like this eeriness. Again, like I was saying, I try to do like 1/10 of the night to day, and so we haven't done a night in friggin' forever. So I like this picture. This is cool. So let's talk about kind of the lighting here. Let's take hit pause. So we have our lighthouse. I've talked about this before, but if you hadn't heard. So lighthouses, they tend to be timed. So what you could do is, we actually used to do this flying, was, when I would fly in Florida, there was a lot of lighthouses on the coast, and so each lighthouse has its own timing. So you could time from, so like we do it right here. So let's wait for the light to point right at us. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's 6 seconds from light to light. And so what you would do is you'd look that up and you'd say, okay, this lighthouse has a 6-second timer, this one has an 8-second timer. And then if you look, the helipad is white, green, yellow. And so there's a helipad there. And so a regular airport beacon would be yellow-white. So if we had a runway, it would be yellow-white. All right, so let's go ahead and see if I can't taxi over here. My taxiing is not great. So let's go ahead and let's go down to even a lower pitch. If I go down to 10, I can't take off. So that way I can give it high power. And so I'm going full right rudder here. I don't want to go over 9 knots. If I go over 9 knots, I start picking up out of the water. So we're actually turning our right. It's not bad. The problem is with the wind. I can't really do it in the wind. But I don't know if I don't really want to build it so that I have to do it like that. It'd be very easy if I had like 2 propellers, one on either side, or 2 jets even. I could do asymmetrical thrust. We used to taxi with asymmetrical thrust a lot. It makes it really easy to turn. But like, I just don't have enough rudder effectiveness. Like right there, about 6 knots is ideal. What I could do is do a taxi mode so that it makes it so that my ground effect fins don't start actuating early, but actually I'm not taxiing too bad. It's just when the wind is up, it's very difficult for me to taxi. Like, see, we're taxiing well. Taxiing in there just fine. I just need to get enough of this build in there. Hopefully I can recall it. Let's not crash here. All right, let's see. I should be able to recall this into the workbench. Yep, we're close enough. Because we spawned it here, I can recall it easily. All right, nice. So that's in. Let's go ahead and... so one thought I had on these... I don't really like these here. These type of fins, these type of rudders for it. So let's just go out like that for now, and then I want to cut in. So I'm thinking Sibley is my top name choice, I think, at the moment. So that was I don't like that. That's gross. Let me see if I can't fix it so that I like it better. Try to get this to look a little bit better. That's not terrible. I don't hate it. We can do a quick performance test, see how I like it. Let's try this actually. No, that's fine. Let's go like that. Then let's grab this color. Do I have one? There it is. Okay, perfect. That's not too bad. Yeah, I just want to get enough steering effectiveness that this will work for me. Right now, I don't have enough steering to really make this work for me. Kind of digging this. That angle's not bad. Yeah, I'm kind of digging this. It's not bad. Yeah, this isn't horrific. I'm not hating it. Yeah, this is like I was saying. You start to get critical of changes to your build sometimes, so it's kind of nice to get these things figured out early. That way, you're not changing them later when you might detest them. That's better there. Okay. All right, I'm liking that. And then these will be, let's just start with yaw here. Where is AD? Not AD, left, right. Where is left, right here? Right there, left, right. I need to power these as well. Let's go power. Where's the control surface there? Okay, let me just make sure all these control surfaces are powered. Sometimes I don't bring them where they need to go, and that's a problem. All right, so these are now disconnected from power, so I need to fix that. So Okay, that one's connected. All right, let's try this here, and let's see if I can't taxi around. Hopefully, I get enough effectiveness that I can taxi. Hopefully. And we'll see if it's a mess. We'll fix it later. Where's cabin light? Let's go. I'm trying to find. Like I said, I need to get this so that I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Let's go. All right, 10%. Let's just do a quick taxi test. So I'm full right. Okay, so that one's wrong. That one's backwards. I should have known this one was going to need to be swapped on this side. Now we'll see if we have more effectiveness. If we don't, that's the only thing I really changed, so I can roll back the save. Or roll back, load up the other vehicle is essentially what I'm saying. All right, so let's just give this a little taxi test here. All right, those are at... That one didn't get merged at all. That one's... So that's not working. Okay. I didn't merge it, and then I think it's not powered because that came off. That's not powered, so... Let's try to actually do this the right way. There. Let's fix this. This isn't merged. So this doesn't want to merge. Come on. You are currently sitting on there. Why are you not merging? All right, so it's probably merged now. Let's check it. It is. Okay, so when I click that, it goes. Okay, let's spawn it. Let's just go to day to check this here really quick. Okay. All right, and we'll finish up with this once I test this, whether it goes or it doesn't. We'll call it there. Now let's look in the water and check these, make sure they turn. All right, they're turning. Let's see if these function better than the other system. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. All right, so I'm just gonna roll it back. Let me see what my speed is here. No, we're really low in speed. Let's get up to like 6 knots. 6 knots was where I was before. So let's try to get around 6 knots. I don't want to get too high. We're not doing too bad a job taxiing here. I'll save it as this. Kind of like the way that they look there. That's not too bad. I like them better than the other fins. This seems like before the other fins were completely out of the water when I was up this high and I couldn't steer at all. This I can steer at least, so this is actually working pretty well. So I'm going to save this. This will be good. And I think we'll call it there. So that, that worked out well. I enjoyed this mission. It was good to get working on the Cape House a little bit, add a couple decorative features, go do a mission with the Ekranoplan. Starting to nice to do it at night because I start to realize what I need for night features. But this is steering pretty well. I can taxi. You have to be slow and kind of deliberate taxiing, but it works well. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.